So hopefully it is working nice. I've had a bit of a frog in my throat today, so bear with me. Bear with me. So we've got True J Clove Haven today. So we'll see how it goes. Yeah. Knife is that? The bat pass knife for sure, but I don't know which one.
Don't be shooting me, you are.
Don't know which one. I need to change around these windows. Yeah. Okay, so I don't mind the buy. The buy is fine. The buy is. You don't mind it. He's gonna win. Alright. What? Oi, oi, oi. Okay. We're good to go. Okay. So, because we're below gold, one of the main things we're looking out for is mechanics, right? Because most likely, mechanics are the things that we really need to improve on at this rank. And already, I think there's a problem here, right? When you're like fighting an angle, the jump spot's fine. I'm off with the jump spot. It's not a very good place to jump spot though, so I wouldn't necessarily do it, but I'm fine with this for now. I would not be very close to the wall. The reason why we don't be very close to the wall is because when someone's close to a corner like this, it's easier for your shoulder to go past the corner. And like it will go past it, like on their screen, they'll see your shoulder very easily if they're far away from the corner. But if so, basically the further away you are from a corner, they will see you last, if that makes sense. Or like you will see them last if you're further away from the corner than the opponent is. It's kind of like how the corners work in this game. So I would try and be further away from corners when you're fighting them, like when you're fighting around corners. It's not always true. Like sometimes it's better to be close to the corner when you're fighting an operator, because they'll see the shoulder and then they'll shoot. But then you can bait a lot easier when you're closer. So they're compared to further away. But yeah, it's just the situation. Smokes they're okay. I think there's like an argument for. I think your smokes are fine, but sometimes you'll see smokes like this, and it's basically just like a matter of like, I'm going to be here later. Oh, okay, you do, fair enough. This is like a matter of like greed, I guess, or like if you think you can take the site, this smoke is completely fine. If you think it's gonna be harder to take the site, then you should do this smoke. I think this right now, this situation is completely fine. It is completely fine. This yeah, I mean you're not gonna be looking at a map here anyway, so I think it's fine. I would just make sure you like fully clear the angle, right? Because right there, if someone was close to you on the left, you were dead. Like right now, if someone was in this smoke, you'd probably die if they were over here. So just be careful of that. It's kind of like just the nature of going through smoke. But you didn't really watch it either. He didn't even look there, potentially, but... Fun. I think crosshair placement as well has not been great. That was part of crosshair placement, really. But towards long fight was not great. I had music on then. You have music on? Okay. Someone does. I would advise not having music on, but if you really want it on, then go for it, I guess. I would definitely advise against it, though.
Nope.
Good try. I think the thing here is that we kind of like... We didn't really pre-aim the angle. But it was a good try, though, to be fair. And then you kind of like swing away from the angle. I could break it down. 1 second.
Nope.
It's a classic. You actually do go on him here. you're actually quite unlucky to not get the kill in some ways because of the door not being penetrable. But the thing is that's annoying for me, or just like weird for me, is that you kind of like you were on a motion to go past him here, and then you came back to him. And this happens when you're like pre-aiming an angle while not respecting any other angles they could be in, right? Because what you're doing here is you're going past him because you think someone's going to be here, or because you're pre-aiming this angle over here. We haven't checked this angle yet, realistically, so just bear in mind, like, try not to skip angles. Try and don't be doing these types of peaks, right, with your crosshair in the wall if you aren't confident that you know that they're going to be in the angle you're confident they're going to be in, basically. You should be a bit more smooth when you go around corners, with like the crosshair being smooth, like away from the corner rather than ever being in the corner. If you're unsure if they can be there or not. You'll see pro players do this on the stream, and you'll see them do it in game as well, in pro games, everything. You'll see good players do it all the time. Those are fine, a bit inaccurate on the CT one, but that's okay, it happens. The actual thought process is fine, so it's just a bit of mechanics there. Oh. I understand the switch to sheriff here, but yeah. It's just like, yeah, you kind of make yourself more vulnerable if someone does get into this space, and thankfully Jet did go into this space, so it kind of demonstrates it. But yeah, you've got to be careful when you switch weapons, especially on like these types of rounds. Although I do think that you switching to the sheriff there is quite good, or quite smart, if you had teammates with you. Because you know that you're going to take the fight. If you know for sure as well you're going to take a fight in that angle, which you were, because I could see the cipher. So you were going to take a fight there. It was actually quite good. What did we smoke? Yeah, I mean, that smoke's pretty good. Yeah, the smoke's fine. We're dead, so that's completely fine. Wait, you lost this? What? Or more accurately, your teammates lost this. This should not have been losable, I don't think. I don't know, actually. It was kind of losable. I think, realistically... I mean, honestly, I think you're fine. I think you're fine. I think you're fine this round. There's definitely things we could have done better. Like, we could have maybe been a bit slower into garage. It's probably the biggest thing. But I don't think it's, like, massive. I mean, it's definitely something to improve on, for sure, but... I think, yeah, I'm looking at that round. I'm going to sneeze in a sec, I think. I can feel it. I can feel it. There it is. Sorry. Okay. What do I buy this round? I don't need to blow my nose, I don't think. Might need to. So we lost last. The boy was fine last as well, with the Spectre. We end up with 2k with a Ghost. Yeah, Ghost is fine. Can you go Sheriff? I don't think you can go Sheriff. You probably went Ghost for a reason. Ghost is also fine. It's fine. Sheriff is definitely more reliable. Not reliable in quotations. For the second round. Like if you lose the second round. Or like on ecos and things, right? Because you're more reliable. If you do land the headshot, you're going to get a kill. That's like that's in a sense more reliable in some ways. But it's not exactly reliable to get a kill in the first place. If that makes sense. Oh my god. Okay, that's a good kill, I think. The trade as well. Not lucky. Not bad, not bad. Good try. Wait. What rank are we? Wait, when you think... Huh? I've been at it? Oh, by my live and my... I need to fix that, maybe. That's really, really annoying that it pings twice. It's my mistake. Wait, it just say bronze 3, right? Bronze 3. What? He's diamond 2. Last act. And it was in the same game as a bronze 3. Interesting. That sounds crazy. If he actually is diamond, like diamond 2 last act, like legit diamond 2 at last act, and not like boosted before and then declining or something, that is crazy. Okay. I don't know what we're doing here. We could have been a bit further up to the barrier if we wanted to take this peak. But this maybe could be a timing, but I don't really like it that much. I think as well as Clove. Sorry, my bodily functions is not wanting me to talk today. Yeah. If you want to be more proactive on a controller or any controller, one of the main things I think that you can do here is smoke this or smoke this or smoke something for your team. Probably not this because you're gonna go peek it, but smoke something for your team. You can even do this smoke. This smoke is good, but a lot of people flame you for it because I've had it before. I've been smoking this in like default rounds, and people flame me for this smoke. They get angry on my team for that smoke, which is crazy because it's a smoke that benefits us for taking this front pocket and then exploding in this pocket, but they don't get it. But yeah, you can do this one. Sorry, that was a little bit of a rant. But yeah, you can do this one. You can do this one. I think those are the best two you can do. You can obviously do one mid as well. But if the enemy is smoking it, or if you want to peek, if your teammates want to peek, then you obviously don't smoke the ones that they're gonna peek. But yeah, that smoke's not very good from the enemy Clo. Oh, why again? You're winning again? I don't feel like I'm even that tired. Maybe I'm tired. I've just eaten, so that's probably the reason why actually. My body's like, just eating, digesting, time to go to bed. Even though I'd never go to bed after eating. Okay, that was a good shots. Nice, that was good. Oh, we got a bit messy at the end, but that's okay. Let me look at this again. You jet played that well. We fight a bit too early, so I think these one, like this fight, to clean up this fight, the main thing is there's two things. First of all, we don't aim from this point onwards. From this point onwards, our crosshair is completely still. So in this point in time, right? Oh, sorry, I'm completely trolling. At this point in time, we probably should be trying to micro adjust. And also keep moving until we've micro adjusted this crosshair onto our head. Because right now, we should be able to recognize that the crosshair isn't on the head. So therefore, we should keep moving and trying to adjust our crosshair onto the head before we stop. That's what we should be doing. You kind of like swing the crosshair in while shooting, which ends up getting a kill. And then here, we kind of panic shot this guy. After the kill, hang on, let me watch this in full motion again. Yeah, so as we get the kill, I think I'm not sure if you reacted to, what did you react to? Did you react to something here? Oh yeah, you probably could have done. You probably reacted to this. At this point, yeah, you probably reacted to Sovo, but you over-aimed him quite a bit. We're still moving though, but then once again we're stopping, and then we're firing, right? Like our crosshair didn't move really. Actually, it did kind of move from here to here. It did actually move a bit. We moved it a bit up slightly, which is more towards head type, which is good. But then we also swung it a bit right, which is fine. But then at this point we're still firing, right? And we're not on the head. So we really realistically should be trying to like still move while aiming here, probably. And then let me just quickly watch typically. Yeah, it was just a spray, this what it is. And we had the same problem here, right? Yeah, same problem. I won't go over it again, but yeah, same thing. We just started shooting before the crosshair was on the head. And we kind of swung around and hoped for the best, and we got it, because I think mainly because the enemy clove crouched. Okay, yeah, that's good, that's good. Unlucky. Wait, you can res. There's no way you can res in the ice wall though, no? Yeah, this is good. You just got unlucky here. This is actually quite unlucky. 2 hit barrier, and then 1 hits here. If you just get 1 in a shield, you might win this. You don't win this. Yeah, I mean, that was a good try though. This is a good res. You knew that it came from garage, so you know where he is. You should have picked up bomb and probably just nah, the res actually kind of just suck. Never mind, the res just suck. Oh, okay, he died though. Actually, you know what's funny? You know what's funny? You don't get an assist for that, but I'm pretty sure that you got the ISO kill basically. Because by ulting and running up here, you're basically gonna make him rap. Like he's gonna feel safer rapping background. He's gonna think that he's outplaying you, which I suppose technically he outplayed you individually, but not your team. So that was good. It was actually a good res in terms of wanting to win the round. But realistically, the ISO wasn't forced to do that, so it was kind of like a risky play because the guy had no reason to like go and be aggressive on the cipher that quickly. He could have waited out a lot more time and got more info on the cipher and that kind of stuff, but the ISO did play it really bad. So it was risky to res here, but yeah, it was risky. I don't think I would do it again if I was in your shoes in that situation, but at the same time, those situations don't come up very often, so it is what it is. Once again, so we're going to do a jump spot, but then we're going to play close. That's fine. Oh, we kind of just skip the angle anyway. Make sure we're ready. Like this guy, if this guy was a better player, he's shooting one of you. He might kill Teo and then you're not ready to trade. And then maybe he even gets a kill on you because you're not ready to trade. You gotta be careful. I mean, he did kill the Teo and we weren't ready to trade. So I guess that is what it is. Yeah, like we kind of got our gun out, went round the corner, and then get our knife hit to go faster to him. Still didn't have our gun ready. And now we have our gun ready. But this guy's already away for like 1.5 seconds. Okay, so the decay is kind of useless, and we've already got a smokestone. Replace our smoke. Replace our smokes too early. So this is a really big thing about controller. Something that is really annoying in solo queue a bit, honestly, but it's something you've got to make sure you learn, which is basically looking at the readiness of your team to go into site, right? How relevant are these smokes right now? Not very relevant, right? Arguably, this one is going to be more relevant very, very soon if this smoke didn't exist, which it does, because obviously we're blocking off the tower, so it means that people standing here, and if there's provided there's no smoke here, they get like they get some angles taken away, which is the tower angles, so they can focus on the one site basically. So that's the only one that I reckon, like, this is maybe more relevant than this one. So this one is definitely not going to be placed. This one's situationally placed in this situation. So, I was like, in this situation. It's not going to be placed, because as soon as you see the smoke, you know it's wrong, basically, to place. So you would have to, like, basically look for this smoke. And if the smoke doesn't exist, then that's when you smoke this. The decay does nothing as well, like this decay. It might hit. If it hits, great. But the thing is no one's able to follow up on it, right? The decay, if it hits here, right, the best we can hope for is that someone decided they're going to peek while decayed and get sprayed through the smoke. And that's not going to happen. Or, like, realistically, that shouldn't happen. Anyone with a brain won't do that. So it doesn't make any sense. So make sure, one thing that's really, really important, right, and I talk about this with every agent, basically, is that imagine that your abilities don't exist to win the round. They exist because you want to get a kill. Your abilities exist for kills, right? So if you can't get a kill with your ability, then it's going to be like lesser value, basically. So you should try and get a kill with like every ability. For controllers, it's like a bit different because you can't really necessarily do that with smokes all the time, right? Because you do need to smoke off the important angles. But when you do have a selfish smoke, that's the same where it applies, right? You want to use a selfish smoke to get a kill. So right here, like. So the reason why I brought that up is because the decay didn't really help us get a kill there. It didn't really help us win the round there at all either. So there was no reason for us to use it there. It just didn't help us get any type of kill. Right. And by the way, that kill doesn't have to be you getting the kill. It can be your teammates getting the kill too. And in solo queue, like these types of stuff, like imagine the decay was a molly or something. I might actually like decentivize someone to fight. In solo queue, especially towards the end, like the bottom end of solo queue, I wouldn't be thinking about trying to like wait, like zone opponents and try and win off time, because most of the time that won't happen. It's very hard to do that. Obviously, there are situations where it might, but it's so unlikely. What's going on here? Wait, what's that purple? Is that what the region shield looks like? Oh, that's cloves. I was like, what? Region shield looks different with the purple thing, but I was like, this. There's already too much UI. My god. Let me have a look at this kill again. I was too busy yapping. That's fine. Yeah, I mean, you could have just punished the Cypher for being there, like for whiffing. Sorry, because he starts firing when he's still moving. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, he does. And then he crouches at basically second bullet, and we just don't confirm. We don't. Once again, like yeah, we're just not confirming that we're on the target basically. So yeah, definitely one of the biggest things is to do with mechanics. I think crosshair placement and making sure we've got like I would do target confirmation for now. I think target confirmation is one of those things that oh, that's unlucky. The only way to the way to stop that is to look out for it, because that's a very common way. He didn't actually do it the normal way. I heard a bounce. It bounced. Where is he bouncing off? Did he bounce it off here? Why? Maybe this guy's a knower. Maybe this guy's insane. This over. I think. Oh no, he just bounced. He just bounced. Wait, actually, I don't know. He bounced off this, I think, because of how short the bounce fly was. I think it was here. He bounced off. Wait, that's kind of base, but at the same time, that's kind of really risky. Unless he's done like, unless it goes all the way up, and it bounces off like something up here and bounces down. Oh, maybe I'm cooking with that. Maybe I'll have to see. Okay, but the way to dodge this, if the Sova's alive and you know that he's going to do this, obviously the first time around you're not going to know he's going to do it, right? But now, from now on, basically, because you know that he's capable of that, you should probably tap the spike first. Look for like any of his shocks, or just plant in a different position, and see if he has lineups for those basically, and then keep doing that. That was an option as well. Oh my, he's got the new knife, this guy. That's crazy. There was something also I wanted to say about, was it this fight? I don't remember. I was yapping about something else, and I was sidetracked about this over. I don't remember. It might not have been that important, but if it is important, then yeah, then just like tell me, tell me in comments or something, or messages, DM. Oh wait, the server kind of cooked. Unlucky. Unlucky. I think, what's the plan with purchasing here? Definitely an eco. Let's see money. Do we press tab? Yeah, we do. When we press tab, something small. I don't know. I don't think I've got your comms. But something small. If you press tab, yeah, you are coming, but I can't see it. I can't hear it. Sorry. If you can just call out ults, eco, and obviously make a plan for your team as well with your ults and their economy as well. I don't know if you do that. I don't know. I don't have access to your comms, but something to bear in mind that keep an eye on the enemy ults and enemy economy. It might be influential, because you might think you might be able to play with the enemy's effective ranges if the economy on their team is particularly bad or good or whatever. So for instance, you can buy like a shotgun and play a close angle if you know they have vandals, because the vandal's probably going to lose in that situation. And things like the other way around would be you can buy like an operator or a marshal, and you know they've got like no armor, or like, well, not an operator or marshal. You can buy a marshal when they've got no armor, or you can buy an operator when you know they've got like decent money and they're looking for a round to swing, and you can just like buy the yellow cannon, shut them down. So this decay is better. I mean, it did actually get a kill, but wait, did it even get a kill? Wait, you didn't get an assist? It missed. Wait, it missed. It missed. That's crazy. It landed on like the little wooden platform above where he's standing, so he didn't get hit by it because he didn't have line of sight. That is so unlucky, actually. But yeah, I do like the thought process more because there is a person in there. You know, there's a person in there, so I like it more. I like it more than the other decay. Wait, you didn't get the gun. Wait, did you throw the gun? Oh, where did you throw the gun? Okay, something really, really important, especially in solo queue, and especially when you're playing an agent like Clove, is confidence. You got to be confident, and there's going to be times where, yeah, it makes more sense for someone else to have the gun. You might be thinking, I'm only on 43 HP, so maybe I shouldn't have the gun. And I've got Reyna full HP next to me, maybe she can have the gun and pop off. But realistically, you have a heal as well. And also, think about it like this, right? This is something I learned from CS way back when I played it originally. Is that if someone has a gun, send them in first, because not only will they be the one with the most advantage in that fight out of everyone else on your team because they have the gun, but also if people are moving forward and this person with the gun is doing at least a basically good job, the people behind the guy with the gun will run over the enemy, the person's like body, the teammate's body, and get the gun off them. So then you're like cycling the gun back as like you're basically like using health bars like to cycle the gun back, if that makes sense. So that is something you can do here. Like you can just like even though you're on 43 HP, you might end up tanking like a full Vandal headshot on like the first person's crosshair placement with 43 HP for the second guy to go trade you with the sheriff, pick up your phantom, have full HP, because that person like failed the trade or failed the second kill because you moved their crosshair placement, right? Because you would basically use 43 HP on a 160 amount of damage, right? That can be like a decent way of looking at it as well. You got the sheriff here. Nice. Ooh. Not ideal. And yeah, this is kind of what happens sometimes when you're like faffing around with the guns mid-round and that kind of stuff, is that it becomes harder to fight the enemy team because you're just faffing with guns, right? The Reyna's throwing stuff back and Reyna's throwing the phantom back at you, and you're like picking up the sheriff. Like no one's like ready to trade the tail, you know. Granted, I think the tail was a bit hasty, and the other person going down the lane was completely clueless. The Jet was completely clueless, but you know it is like I don't know why she turned back for a second and then went backwards and then still like I don't know what she's doing. It's fine, it happens. Let me look at these smokes. I don't think that's a very good smoke. But the reason why I don't think that's a very good smoke is because I mean it's okay because it's blocking like any potential sight lines over here, but they're probably going to be inside there, at least to some extent, maybe here. So I think for me, what I would do is I would essentially like call a bluff in some ways, and I'll try and smoke like this, like this, around the corner. So if no one is here on the enemy team, they might think Cypher's ready to like walk into the smoke and get the bomb or something, or like walk into the smoke and get like play this side, or I could do a smoke like this and he plays this side, and it's a lot more pressured than this one is. Even though it may separate some fights potentially, it might also make the fact that he's flanking obvious here as well, because of you actually do the smoke that I'm talking about. That's crazy. This is good. This is a good smoke because you're okay. It's less good now because he's available, like he's visible now, so it's not good now. But when he wasn't visible, this smoke is actually really good because it's like it gives him a way to play out any direction of the smoke, and the enemy team knows that, and they're going to feel pressured from each side of the smoke, and also on top of the bomb as well, so they might feel like they can't see the bomb, so they have to run into the smoke, and it might separate more fights. But yeah, it would be a good smoke if he wasn't already visible. But yeah, that's a good honestly, good thought process on the last smoke. I think the first smoke wasn't that important, but that was good. Yeah, that's fine. Just make sure you call out that you're going to be the one shooting it, because then people won't have to look at it. They won't have to waste their time looking at it and shooting at it and that kind of stuff. Just call that you're going to shoot it every time. That's the only thing there. But yeah. The enemy clover is giving you a lot of space with this smoke. They can give you way less space than that. Anyway, same smokes again. We are one up as well. Tayo's firing stuff in. Yeah, these smokes are fine. He's left side sight. Oh. Wait, we're getting knife out? Yeah, the knife out's crazy. I'll be honest. No matter what, the knife out's crazy. The reason why the knife out is crazy is because knife is good when it's long distance. That's the main way. That's the main time that life shines, right? Because it gives you a lot of movement speed. And it might give you a burst at times to make certain jumps or to do certain things or to get around certain corners, etc, etc. But it really shines over long distances because it's going to give you much more of a distance difference when there's more time involved, right? If something's faster, you walk faster with something, then it's going to shine more and more the further you run around. So right here, we're in like a high danger situation, so it doesn't really make much sense to have the knife out anyway. But on top of that, the benefits that you'll get from the movement speed of the knife are also going to be fairly negligible anyway, because the gun doesn't have like that lower amount of movement speed where, I mean, you'll feel it, but like it's not like super massive difference between the two when you're not moving very far. So realistically, like you could have got to, oh my god, you could have got to the point where you one-tap that guy without pulling knife out, and it would have been a lot safer if in case of like anything else happening, right? So say if someone jumped through this smoke here while you had knife out, like, yeah, those sort of situations, you keep yourself ready in the danger zones of the game. Yeah, still was a bit fast with shooting. So we shot here, right? To be honest, we're kind of confirmed here, but you can see, did the bullet actually go forward? Why can't I see the tracer? Is that the tracer? There's no way that's the tracer. That's her. That's like Clove's thing. The thing. So why can't I see the tracer? Usually I can just see the tracer and know where the bullets are going, but for some reason I can't. Am I blind? You shoot here. Oh, it's there. I can see it. I am indeed blind. It's here. That's not the bullet that kills them. Yeah, it's not. Yeah, so we are inaccurate on the first bullet here. And we do have shooting error. Oh, I can see it even. Okay, nice. We have shooting error. We don't want any blue. 0 blue. So, yeah, just bear in mind. That's just like practice with counter-strafing. That's like DM, that is. That's DM, that's practice range. I think a lot so far is to do with mechanics. I think if you just tweak your mechanics, get a bit better at mechanics, you would do a lot better. And then we can start thinking about choices a lot more. Because right now, I don't think we really... Oh my god, okay. The base level of mechanics... I mean, the base level mechanics aren't too bad. To be honest, it doesn't feel like you're bronze. Maybe you're currently bronze 3 because you like demoted from the reset, maybe? So I don't think... This doesn't feel like current bronze 3. Maybe just bronzes are just smurfing though, or what? Yeah, okay. You just... That was pretty cool. Okay. And right here as well, it is just like... Don't need to make a play here. Both low. 1v2. The best play to do here is probably just to stay around the corner. So then your Teo can trade off any plausible area you'll die from. Is definitely the play. Maybe it is to do with... Did you, wait, if I accidentally pressed my Windows key, did you see that? I thought for a second you did. I was like, hey, we've managed that. Yeah, so I think the reason why you lost that is just because not really playing with your teammate there. I'm bronze 2, peak silver 3. Ah, okay, that makes more sense. Makes more sense. Definitely, it definitely makes more sense. You're definitely shooting closer to gold than I would expect a bronze player to shoot. Still got a long way to go, but still really good. There are some definitely like flashes of good. I think it really is just trying to get more consistent with the counter strafe and also crosshair placement. Some of your approaches to fights aren't great either. Like this long fight, every single time, in my opinion, has not been very good. Most of the time, we're not even like, for instance, like, I know you jump spotted here, but in that space of time you shot that arrow, there could be a jet posted with an op, like here, with prime dash, ready to just op you and kill you. And our crosshair's not even close to ready. Not even close to ready for a chance of fighting back at that. Even though it's unlikely you would actually be able to beat that, but no. Like our crosshair's just not got a chance if there is a fight happening there. A lot of that can also come from not being able to read where the enemy team or what the enemy team want to do in a round. That can also be a big part of it for crosshair placement. So before a round starts, like in buy phase, just try and envision where you think the enemies are going to be playing. And that way you might be more ready with your crosshair placement because you expect them to be there. At least like if you're more thoughtful about it. That's a weird trip. Oh, that's just... You should not ult here. Thankfully you did. Yeah, the decay is kind of weird, I think. Let me have a look again. Yeah, it's kind of weird. I understand they might give you a tangible advantage when you've got a sheriff, but it's just a bit scary. I mean, the guy should not have been sending it out like that at the window, but At the same time, you peek the angle because ISO could easily just like be here. Like a sane player would not be doing this, but a good player would be here, and you'd be dead in a second anyway. You wouldn't have a chance to beat him like this guy gave you. So I think it's just a bit crazy to run it with the decay there. It's kind of, in some ways, it's semi-similar to the knife thing I was talking about just. But not really, not really. It's better keeping your gun out in a danger zone, really. I mean, it is kind of the same thing. Keeping your gun out in the danger zone, regardless if you want speed from the knife or if you want the util from your utility, from your abilities. Just bear in mind, like, you can't just get util out or get your knife out when there's potential fights. The reason why a lot of people... Oh, well, this might be the punishment. But what I was going to say was, a lot of people blame timing on things like having their util out, when realistically they just didn't understand that they were in a place where they could be killed, right? And that sort of stuff. That's the reason why you see pro players, they do get timing from time to time, but for the most part they don't get timing in the same way, because they already know what the danger zones might be, and they're more effective at understanding where they can die, where they can't die, and having their util out. I see this a lot actually when I'm on my lineup videos. I see this so much on my shorts, because on my shorts I see so many people say just throw it or something, and it's like, it's crazy to me because people don't realize that you can't just throw it, because then you would be in the angle ready to get killed basically, and that happens so much on my shorts. I need to make a video on that, I think, because people just don't understand. It's not because of speed or anything like that. It's because I bought the knife. I bought the knife one day before that game, and I was just looking at it. Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. I would just throw it in the game. Nice. Yeah, honestly, that's relatable. That's relatable. Fair enough, actually. Fair enough. It happens. It happens. I had this habit more on CS back when I had like shadow daggers and a bayonet. I was just always just twirling it around in the worst places possible. It is actually so real. It's so real. It's a bad habit, but you know, it's an understandable one as well. It's understandable. Definitely something I want to avoid, but yeah, I understand. The way to avoid that is probably over time the knife will lose its lose its glamour, I guess, lose its glimmer, its shimmer. I don't know how to say it, but yeah, it will lose its gold, its attraction, its appeal, and then you just won't do it that much. It depends though, because you might just get a new knife and then it'll happen again. Yeah, exactly. Then you buy a new one. Exactly. Yeah, it just happened again. But yeah, there's not really a good way to do it. It's just by being locked in, being more locked in than thinking about the skins. So here, watching the flank is fine. You've got to get lucky with that kill. Watching the flank is fine, but what I wouldn't... actually, no, it's fine. It's fine. I think, to be honest, though, as soon as Cypher dies, I probably would not be assuming a flank anymore. I mean, arguably arguably Clove might flank, but they have ult. So I don't think they would. Like, flanking with ult's kind of difficult, because you're so far in enemy territory that they can just, like, chase you down, right? After the ult. Like, when you're, like, rezzing. It's really bad. Yeah, there's Clove. Actually, you kind of do clock on a tiny bit, but I think I would, once Cypher's dead here, that's when I know that I can just play towards my teammates a lot more, compared to looking at the flank. That's a bit risky, but was it called? Like, did you both call it or something? No. Okay, you just both did it. Crazy. Okay. I mean, I think if, honestly, there's no problem with this unless you, like, called it. Maybe you did call it here. I just can't really hear him very well. If you called it there and said, like, both swing off this stun or whatever, then sure. I'm okay with that. Very, very risky still, but if your teammate proposed it and it's, like, a split-second decision, I'm okay with it. Like, sometimes those decisions do suck. And we can talk about them, but, like, in that situation, it worked out. The reason why they might suck though is because of like time, or util's not in the right place, or because it's a split second decision though. It's really hard to do that without practice with the other person, so you both have to have a really strong understanding of what the other person wants to do sometimes in those situations, and usually that doesn't happen in solo queue. Smokes are fine as well, good timing as well, I think, on them. Yeah, good timing on them. Decay's a bit high. Remember the thing with the decay is that it has a really small fuse time. And generally, if you think about a circle, right? Oh my god, that's the worst color to use possible. I'm gonna use a different color. If you think about a circle, actually, you know what? Let's just move on from the frames. Go back to the white. Yeah. If you think about a circle with the decay, and the enemy team, right? Enemy players. If enemy players, so, because it's a circle and it has a small fuse time. Yeah, yeah, it's great. The biggest part of the circle is the middle. It's the middle over here and the middle here. And it's obviously going to get smaller on these parts here. So you don't want to throw the decay too high so it lands a bit here and it will like be harder for the enemy team to be in it, right? Because it will cut off these parts in comparison to the full length. So majority of the time when you have like a circle ability like this, and this works for like Tao's thing as well, Tao's stun, because it's a circle, you want it to be on the ground, or you want it to be with the cloves. It's a bit more simple because Tao's has to be hitting a surface to go off, but with cloves it's a lot more simple. It just explodes in the air. So you just basically need to make sure that the center of the circle on the horizontal is equal with the hitbox, which is like this, right? Red the person. So you just want to make sure the center of the circle that goes off of the decay of the sphere. You want to make sure that it's head height or below, basically. That's the only thing with decay. And the thing with like Tao especially, because it needs to hit a surface, you generally want to be landing it on the ground with Tao, rather than like on the wall and that kind of stuff. Walls are still fine, but they're going to have less distance overall anyway, because the way the circle works, because it detonates around. So say if the Tao stun hits here, half the radius is going to be in the wall, as opposed to hitting it here, right, where half the radius, like you don't lose any radius. So it's way better to be on the floor than the wall. But yeah, with the decay, it doesn't really have that problem. You can put it in, like, if we take this example again, you can put the decay here, and it will still benefit from the full length, like full. What do they call it? I remember the last time I did maths for circles was like, oh, actually, I'm not going to age myself. Actually, I'm not going to age myself. But yeah, it's been a long time. It's been too long. I can't remember. Radius, circle, something. I got to go. Will you make this into a YouTube video and send it to me, please? It will be on YouTube already. It's YouTube streaming it currently, and it will be up as soon as it'll be up on my live tab. I'll link it to you anyway. So you're about to see it. So that's all good. Bro is 40. I'm not 40. I'm not 40. Not close actually as well, thankfully. But yeah, it will be on YouTube anyway. I'll also play some solo queue after this as well, but that won't be on YouTube. I think I'm only gonna keep like the bare minimum of like my coaching sessions on there, because on my live tab, because I think it makes more sense. Just have my live tab. Have my live tab be coaching sessions. It's pretty cool. Oh, so I just realized I don't think I changed the title. Wait, I should change the title. Coaching session. Clove Haven silver. Bronze 3. I'm missing content. Let me. No Guardian. Do we need to use Classic there? Yeah, it's actually probably beneficial to use Classic there. The reason why is because they're on eco. You're on eco, right? So if you use a Classic, they don't know what gun you've got. And you have a Guardian, importantly, as well. So this Guardian can beat Vandals. Oh my god, that guy is crazy. You literally shot it and he's still getting the orb. That is crazy. Maybe it's because you had the Classic and shot it with the Classic that he thought that he was against Classics and thought he could get away with it. I don't even know. I don't know what Zova's doing. Threw the gun away a bit too early, but that's fine. To be honest, it's unlikely they're going to play with this Sova. Sova's probably going to play weak side with the dart he's got and that kind of stuff. It's probably not that deep actually on silver. In the bronze silver. Okay, they're rotating. Is Cypher? What is that? Well, oh, he got tripped. He got tripped. Okay, so you're cancelling because Cypher's there. Yeah, this is one of the big problems with eco sometimes. it's hard to know how to play ecos out and that kind of stuff sometimes. Because when you're grouped up on an eco, you lose all your map pressure. If I use the other map, not use closed map. When you're grouped up on eco and you basically have lost all this like map basically. All this part of the map is lost if you like group up on an eco. But if you separate yourselves on an eco, you lose a lot of firepower because a lot of the firepower in ecos don't come from the weapons you have because they tend to be worse. So they come from the amount of players you have. So it's like a bit of a push and pull where you kind of want some map presence, but at the same time, first of all, you might not be able to afford it on your Sentinel because your Sentinel can provide that map pressure with trips and things, but you might not be able to necessarily afford it. So why Killjoy can be good sometimes with the turret. But other than that, you can just leave a player somewhere else. But then you do lose that one player in the ability to like fight in the eco. So it can be a bit difficult to have that push and pull. But I think for the most part, it is nice, especially if you know that. Well, this is like part of like if you know if Cypher's going to be at the site you're at, make sure you have that contingency of like one player sits back in case that does happen. So then you don't have to re-clear everything on the way back to another site. That's the only thing that I can really say about it. Really, is that if you know that Cypher could be at the site, then give yourself the chance to move away by placing someone somewhere else on the map. And on the flip side as well, like imagine you're playing against ecos. It can be a bit difficult to split up sometimes because you might be giving their massive amount of players a kill and a gun, right? What happened this round basically? They're against an eco and the Sova just went and sacrificed himself. So yeah, that kind of stuff can be difficult to navigate sometimes, especially in solo queue with no communication. I think right here, think about what gun you're against. You're against an operator. If the operator takes a shot, it means that it's gonna have to like use the bolt, right? So you've got time here. Instead of throwing the decay, you can just swing. Because if the guy is on an angle that he needs to re-swing, then that means he's going to re-swing into you, and the operator takes time to set up after re-swinging. Like it takes a longer amount of time for them to be accurate after they stop moving. So it's really good. It's a really good idea to actually like hold the angle versus an operator. If you're the one holding it first, specifically. If you're not the one holding it first, then don't do it. You can still lose as well. It's still possible to lose that, but it's a lot more punishable. For the most part, you should be punishing people that swing with the operator. For the most part. Okay, so we're kind of splitting up again. This guy's gonna go for the orb. You already knew that. So that's crazy. Yeah, that's just unlucky. Good try. It was a good idea. It was just unlucky. Next time, we just need to try and be a bit faster in some ways. Or maybe just honestly just shoot the dart. Because last time he was too greedy. And at the very least, if you shoot the dart, then you push him away from the orb so he doesn't get the orb. Yeah. Smokes are fine, I think. Yeah, I actually don't mind the smoke because you kind of give the Reyna a chance to maybe get someone greedy like that, or to like not be traded afterwards as well. Or at least it's harder for her to be traded by the enemy team. Yeah, the CD smoke is also fine. And we still have one smoke, so we can go long. I'm not sure what we're doing here. The decay timing is actually pretty good, but I wouldn't do it. The reason why is because delaying time is not that effective at this rank. I would try and translate the decay into a kill much more. To be honest, I think delay in general is just way less value than getting a kill anyway. I think that's really easy to understand as well. Getting a kill is delay in itself. So, and on top of that as well, like you literally get a kill, so you get money for that, they lose money for that. Like it's much more beneficial to get a kill. So getting a kill with the decay makes more sense. You might have tried to get a kill here for the decay, but the way you play it makes me think otherwise, because you decayed this and then didn't swing, or didn't hold the angle or something, unless you're going to swing now, which means that, I mean, they're probably going to be hidden from the decay at this point. They're probably going to hide after being decayed, so yeah, I don't know. So yeah, I would just try and hold for the decay. for the decay to get a kill. That's what I'm trying to say. The reason why we're doing this because we recon bolted with the drone. This is actually pretty smart because they probably won't expect you to be in the smoke after what just happened. Oh, they might have spotted you. Yeah, the clove saw you. That's unlucky. Because the clove is right on. You can see the clove here. Here. You can see the tip of the gun here. Hard to see in game. And then you can see more when you go through the smoke, which is also hard to see in game because this doesn't happen frame by frame like this usually. So yeah, that can be hard to see. But the clove saw you because the clove probably would have seen your foot or something because feet tend to leave the smoke last. There it usually goes. Because it's just the way the smoke is, right? Because the smoke is domed like this, so the legs leave last. So they're probably sort of like the legs. It kind of depends on which way you're facing as well. So sometimes you'll see me or like someone else that go into a smoke, holding the gun sideways, and then swing into the smoke. That's what I usually do. Just because then they don't see the gun enter the smoke first. The fight itself. Once again, we're just firing off reaction rather than actually confirming the shot. Like right here is the frame we shot. We're not aiming at the head. So yeah, thought I'll bring that up again. I think that's the main problem, is we're not taking our time when we're killing things, when we're fighting. A good smoke would be a one-way if we do have it. I think you managed a one-way. Did you one-way? Yeah, you did. That's good. That is indeed the smoke. Another smoke that may also be good here is this. You do like this over here, and you can give this jet more options. Because then she can go into the smoke, or she can like go up here and spray the bomb, or she can she can just try and get out the smoke or something. Like she's got more options. She's got way more options if you smoke like that. But yeah, the one way is probably the best one. The second best one, if you've got a second smoke, would be the smoke for the garage on the jet. Oh, okay. Like what? Okay, switching sides. So far, the game hasn't gone particularly great overall for your team, but we'll change it. Oh my god, the flip map looks so weird to me. Looks hella weird to me. Okay, so the smokes. So this smoke is going to be pretty useless to you, the first one. I understand the reason why you've done it though. So the reason why you smother this, obviously, is because you're expecting them to not check because this is smoked, which is it's potential, right? It has potential to work, but it's not very consistent, I would say, because I think people will still check this, especially because, well, bear in mind they have a Sova, right? When I'm playing pistol on Haven Sova and we go A, I'm droning this. I'm always droning this, so it means that this smoke play will not actually work, and you'd still be punished. Oh, that's unlucky. The second smoke on long is fine. The only thing about it is I would push it back into the choke a bit more. This is what the enemy clove was doing as well. I would push it back into this. So instead of it being here like this, I would do it like here like this, because then it funnels them more into the area, right, into this area. So if I have someone like this, then they're more funneled. But bear in mind, it does come at like a cost sometimes. And also, it's also important, especially as well, if you're against agents like Phoenix or people with pop flashes, because then their pop flash has to travel further. So those like the ways. That's the reason why you might want to do it. But it does have its like problems sometimes in that. Sometimes someone might be a bit sneaky going through this smoke, and obviously they're in full view, looking at the site, and might not even be checked on timing, right? It's hard to explain that one, but yeah, they might like walk through the smoke on a timing and be able to actually like kill the person looking at the smoke or swinging a smoke or something. It's very, very unlikely that happens though. But so I would just put it for the most part. I would just put it deeper into the choke, especially when you're against pop flashes. Yes, the reason you didn't get this kill is, once again, you were just very rushed. There's no need to shoot this guy instantly. Like, you literally made this play so then you would have the advantage. You put the smoke here and sat here because you knew that you would have the advantage if someone was to come around this corner, because you were thinking they wouldn't check you. And if they don't check you, why are you firing this fast? You don't need to fire that fast. You can take your time. I think that's probably the biggest thing, is reducing panic. Reducing panic and being a bit calmer in fights. So we take our time to aim and confirm the shots. That's definitely the best play, I think. Moving forward for us. Definitely the best choice. Ooh, that bounced off the ISO. Never seen that one. The way it bounces is crazy though. Look at the smokes. Oh, did I mute it? Smoke is fine. Wasn't really that important, I don't think. I think the smoke, realistically, I mean, you can kind of do anything there. I don't think it was really that relevant anyway. That smoke was fine, but you probably just smoked the bomb later on. I'm not sure when your next smoke was up. Oh yeah, you had 2 smokes basically. Yeah, you can use a smoke anywhere there, really, and then keep the other one for the bomb. That smoke is a bit. Oh no, you don't. Never mind. That was the first smoke you used. Yeah, you should just use that smoke for the bomb. That's the play, I think. Bit less useful on pistol because a lot of people are less scared about pushing smokes on pistol. Okay, I like this. Yeah, I think I liked it until you kept running. Like at this point, this is where you start walking or something. Maybe a bit further back. The reason why is because if someone hears you running for like 2 steps here, they might think you're just running away. Anyway, look at the same radius as well. So the people short probably do actually hear you coming in anyway. But if you start walking here, they might mistake it for people running away. There's a decent chance that happens. But because you run like this, they knew that you were there. Like they knew that you were running in. It's a bit crazy. The actual play itself is maybe fine if you can slow it. If you like slow it down a bit, tiny bit, just so you can get the drop on them with the walk. Try and fall them a bit. Oh, oh! I thought for a second you won. Then that's crazy. We come back here. Wait, why does it keep muting? Am I stupid? Yeah, I'm stupid. I must be. I must be. This is fine as well. The one thing about Clove, or one of the few things about like a controller on like the extremities of the map, because you're on this side of the map, you can't smoke for your teammates if they need them without moving. So something to bear in mind when you want to play Clove is that if you put yourself on the like outer parts of the map, it's going to be hard for you to smoke for the other half of the map. So be careful of that. Because it could be fairly meaningful as well. Yeah, they probably do go away. I mean, they might not, because the thing is like, what happened here is they've got a kill quite far close. They're quite close to their spawn anyway, so they might just take that as a kill and then still go somewhere else. They're not committed anywhere. If your teammate had died like long here or something, they're a bit more committed. Even here, they're a bit more committed. They'd have to like shoot like this, or they'd have to be. I guess this is fine. They're a bit more committed to A, but because they died there against like someone basically in T-spawn, it's not guaranteed they're coming A. They're actually still coming A. They actually are. Ooh, okay. A bit of a body shot Barry there, but yeah, we're just moving too much there. It was a combination of the two though, because we kind of didn't aim very well on the first bullet either. Yeah, on the first bullet we didn't really. We kind of just shot as soon as we saw him. But actually, to be fair, you were kind of on his head, but the barrier is there, and he was also walking against against the angle. I guess you end up hitting the shoulder. That's forgivable, I think. But yeah, I think you just need to take more time. Take more time to line up shots. I understand like shooting and moving there a tiny bit. The crate, I think was it crate spray? That wasn't a crate spray. No, it wasn't. It was a spray. That's fine. It was like a readjust from not killing the cipher. It's a bit messy, but it's fine. This one is a bit more messy than it should be. Mainly because we're just skipping the angle. You can see this happened once again. We did this like second round, third round. We did third round, I think, or second round. I can't remember. One of the rounds we had a sheriff. We sort of just skip the angle. It's happened again here. We just gotta skip the angle. Because this person, we know that the enemy team are going to be running into us, right? We really shouldn't be having a dead crosshair like this. So we should make sure we're kind of like in this sort of area. Or like anywhere on this wall, basically. Because this is what you do when you're going to be moving into an angle and pre-aiming it, right? But not when you're defending the angle. Like not when you're the one getting pushed. When you're getting pushed, you want to have your crosshair active. Like active on the angle, but you're going to get pushed from. We kind of got lucky to get that kill. Okay, wait, was that one tap? Let me see this Jet's one tap. Bang, actually. Wait, that's kind of clean. What was it? I mean, yeah, it was kind of good. God damn. Goes crazy. These bronze players actually be insane currently. You're not bad for I mean, you say you're silver 3. Like that is pretty close to gold, like mechanically, I think. This guy just one-tapping people. I mean, I guess it's going to get more common as time goes on as well, because people get more likely to one-tapping things. Wait, that's you, by the way. Wait, what's me? Oh, that's me. Oh, okay. Yeah, for me, yeah, I'm stupid. I looked over here. I don't have emotes on that chat, so look at this chat. The reason why I have this chat open on the right is because I can see emotes. And I just see that they've been claim detected. I saw it in like all caps, and it made me laugh. But then I realised like it's actually a mode. Okay. Guardian. This is fine. Just take a post on the angle. We don't need to crouch on this angle. That's fine. I think you realised that as soon as you crouched. Yeah. Sorry. Excuse me. Yeah, this is one of those things where we're not playing Clove that centrally. I mean, this is maybe fine. I don't quite know the range of Clove's smokes on Haven because I don't play Clove on Haven. I'm not sure if Clove can even get to. Can you smoke C main from short? I'd be very doubtful if you could, but maybe you can. I don't know. It's quite close. It's definitely close, but I don't know. I don't know if you can. But yeah, if you can, then it's fine. But like, just because we're not really that central, we're not really going to be able to help our C player. And that's not always a bad thing. You just have to make sure that in the situations where they could go C, where it's plausible that they might go C, that's when you don't want to be playing towards the extremities of the map away from C. If it's more plausible that they go C or B or something, that's when you're going to be playing towards those and not A, if that makes sense. Because right now we're just playing A, like defaulting it. But realistically, we should be looking for where they're going to come from, what they're going to do. And not just like go over in. I know in solo queue though it's hard sometimes because people just play default like their designated positions. Oh, good luck. NT. It's a good try. It's a good try. Actually, great. That guy like became a race car to come and get you. I must say, that guy actually just sent it. That's crazy. NT. Yeah, I do think you need to be moving around the map a bit more, changing up where you're playing. Even on A site individually as well. Like you played short majority of the time, some long, but you can play further back into A site for more of a passive approach. But there, I mean, you had a bookie, so probably not there. But maybe you could buy something else. But yeah, they're just more like, and that passive approach as well will help you with like. You might be able to get out for a retake situation, which is usually bad on A, so you don't really want to do that. But usually, like, maybe you don't get as util dumped, or because you kind of got, like, or maybe you don't get spotted as easy, or just try and play like some more interesting, not exactly interesting angles for the sake of it, but more like play some angles that you may be a bit less expected in compared to what they think you're going to play, because you've played there like multiple times, they probably got used to it. So try and mix up your angles a tiny bit. It's not important, super important, as people sometimes say. Because for the most part, keeping things consistent is quite important, like for your game plan as well. But yeah. Oh my god, that was scary. This guy could have just swung you. On the map, he's right next to you. And you heard the shots right next to you. Getting the smokes out there is crazy. Once again, be careful of that. What is the danger zones? Smoke is fine. It's a bit scary though. The reason why this smoke is kind of scary is because you can see here the Jet has an open line into garage from C site. And right here, what we're doing by smoking this is that we are creating 2 lanes. We're creating the C lane and the garage lane. And it means like this smoke, this little alleyway gives us and them sight lines into the other place. And if you can control this, like if Jet can get hold of this, then it might be better for you to keep this open. If she can get kills with it. But to be fair, she got a kill with it and then you smoked her off. So it's like she's basically become untradeable and then she's going to find a reposition. It might be the better play actually to do this. But it's just something to bear in mind. Like if you want, don't do this if you want to keep that sideline. Because you are moving into C where your Jet already is as well. So you're basically giving up the garage line. And you're playing more towards the C line in this situation. By smoking, and you're essentially smoking yourself off and potentially even looking into the garage line. And in this case would be helping Reyna, but yeah, they've moved away anyway, so it was not that important in retrospect. I do need to turn this a bit, like, muted a tiny bit when I don't need it. Just because the music is copyright, I think. But it's not, I don't think it's loud enough. If I just keep talking over, if I keep yapping, then you won't be able to hear it anyway, so it's fine. Okay, so smokes are ready. This is not gonna happen. Wait, what? Wait, hang on. I need to watch this. So the Jet's moved up and the Rain has moved up. The only thing that... So technically, a timing could have happened here. This is possible. Very, very slim, especially for 3 players. The other thing is in here and in B, because you don't have vision. But realistically, if they're in this pocket or they're in this pocket, they would have killed you probably already. So I don't know where they actually are. They must be A. They have to be A. And if they aren't A, that's crazy.
Has to be A, right?
They like perfectly time something to not be A here. If they are not A. I think in this situation, the fact that you have flankers, you don't do this smoke. You do this smoke. The reason why is because some people might get stuck behind this smoke more than this smoke. It gives these people more sightline. And while also giving you the smoke to play around. Is the only reason. Also, I think this smoke is kind of worse because what happens as well with this smoke just normally, right? If I just pick it out normally, if you put a smoke here, the enemy team can swing into the angle they might fight, right? So they can swing like this and they can hold in a side direction to swing this angle, right? But if you do a smoke here, they actually have to W key out the smoke, which tends to be worse to use W key when fighting, right? So therefore, it might be better just to put the smoke here because they get less favorable angles running out the smoke. So that's also something to bear in mind. Like this would actually be fine. This smoke's fine if you have someone playing in a way that's like direct with the smoke. Like you have someone like on this box or in this angle or something, or on this box, then it might be a bit better. That box is a bit. The close boxes may be a bit too much of a right angle anyway. How did they actually get round your teammates? They must have actually been in garden at this specific moment. They all they walked into garden here, or they're like walking here or something. They're doing something crazy. Like wait, no, hang on, wait. I completely disregarded T-spawn. I don't think Jet checks it. I mean, she looks in it, but she doesn't actually look inside T-spawn. Yeah, they're in T-spawn, I think, actually.
Has to be A, right?
It's either T-spawn or they timing the garden perfectly. Yeah, judging by where they've died, so the Windows kill and then the T-spawn kill now, they're in T-spawn. Because if they were in garden, they would have went to C. They would have walked C. And they would have been able to plant. So yeah, they must have just been in T-spawn. That's crazy. Your teammates gave them way too much credit, apparently. There's no way. Do we win this? 11 minutes left. 12 on the enemy team's score. That's crazy. Unless you gave me like an anti-spoiler or something. That'd be crazy if you gave me an anti-spoiler. Actually, next level. Next level coaching. Well, that is. Okay, so we bought the Vandal, that's fine. I don't think I think this is full buy, it's fine. It's an early rotation, but I understand it a bit more for A than any other site, because A is horrible to retake. No one shot the drone? It's a bit scary to be where you are, but it's okay. The thing about it is that we've committed super hard to A. We're on the exact opposite side of the map to C. So it's a bit of a hard committal, I think. Okay. Oh, that was kind of lucky. Yeah, it was kind of lucky. That guy didn't react, but it was good reaction by you after the push. Don't need to push there though. The main thing to know here is the reason why we don't push, regardless of all the rest of hi in chat. Wait, I'm not sure when that was. But the main thing to know in this situation is that we're 3v5 or 5v3. So we don't really need to take this fight. There's no fights that we need to take right now. No urgent fights. We don't need to take any risks because the time is the time is fine. Enemy team is low on numbers, or they're lower than us, so we don't really need to be taking anything too crazy. And yeah, it's nice that you got it, but at the same time, like, just unnecessary risk. Unnecessary risk. Get that. And we know the last guy's short. Yeah, nice. Yeah, I think here, also as well on this last kill, as soon as you hear this guy short, I think you just stay with Jet. Because even though this Cypher might just die solo, you're going to be in transition. You're not going to be able to transition fast enough relative to where they are. So you're going to be in a 1v1 again, right? You're basically in transition. You're going to create this 1v1 because this Cypher will die before you get to him, and then you have to pull back again. Otherwise, you're going to be in the 1v1. So I'll just stay with Jet and Teo here, and leave the Cypher to take his one. And even there, like if Jet lost that, you'd be in position to trade and that kind of stuff.
Right here. Right here.
Yeah, it did indeed have a.
Get out of my way.
I'd also think about buying a shorty more as well. That's something I haven't really seen yet. Not buying a shorty to using smokes, that kind of stuff. I haven't seen that many like selfish type smokes either, but I understand that is like situational basis anyway. But usually it happens a couple of times a game. Not always though. It could be one of those games. It just never happens. The res. Do I like the res? Let me have a look at the kills again. This smoke is pretty good. I like the smoke you use. Yeah, and it's actually a good placement of it as well. It's like super far up. Super far up, by that I mean it's up on the map relative to your map. So it's like it's not giving them any wiggle room to use past this box, right? You've done it in the way where they don't have any room to use, like this, for instance. Like that's really good smoke by you, because you've separated up the front site from the back site, and these people made the mistake of trying to fight the back side, which you already owned, right? So then you could get kills on back site with Jet. But then the thing is that you kind of like betray the smoke, because what you did was really good with this smoke, but then you kind of try to push past it for some reason, which is a bit hasty, you know. Once again, we're in a 4v2 at this point, and even then, like, your intentions were already doing that during the 5v2. During the 5v2 is where I could already tell your intention when you got the knife out when Cypher died. That your intention was to jump up on the stage, even though you're on a 5v2 or 5v3, I guess, because Cypher would have been alive. But yeah, that's still crazy. So I think just slow things down a bit. You don't like the round lasts 1 minute 40. You know, like it's taking it. You're not in a rush. You're not in a rush to take all these fights. This way you call out where he is or ping or something. Fine. 120. Don't look him. Yeah, once again, just didn't have the crosshair on his head when we started shooting. But I've gone over that a billion times, so I'm gonna go over it again. Just to save us both the time. You're pretty sure you've already got it by now. You're at that point by now. Oh. Yeah, so
No peeking.
she actually did see you. And you like walked here as well. Yeah. That's just unlucky. I would say. No, it's not just unlucky. I think we just need to wait for the smoke to go down. I also think as well you could benefit from having teammates here. Like we're making a very active play solo. Like in terms of decision making, probably should be asking for things to happen, like for other people to come help or to do some plays with garage or something like that, right? I don't think we should be doing this solo. I mean, it's okay in some sense because we're a central map clove. What's our smoke radius? Okay, it's not good enough actually. No, it's probably not good enough. I mean, dying like that is not good enough anyway, really.
No peeking.
Yeah, so yeah, I wouldn't be making that play. I don't think it's a bit too risky. On top of also going out too early, so the smoke doesn't actually deploy. I think even with the smoke deploying there, it's risky. Just mute. We smoke for B main. They're C though.
Spike planted.
Yeah, that smoke is fine. That smoke is good actually. Unlucky. Unlucky you didn't use it, but that's okay. I think the smoke you use afterwards is that one, yeah. You could yeah, I mean it's just passing now at this point. The thing is though, you might see though, because the Cypher didn't use it, it actually became a detriment to you. Yeah. But thankfully the enemy Cypher didn't use it properly. So you want to be careful of that. This is where Clove this is where comms come in, right? Having good comms.
Reloading.
Make sure you communicate where you put in smokes and that kind of stuff. Unfortunately, there's no good smokes here. You should just not use a smoke here. Oh my god. Oh wait, Reyna. Oh my god. That almost lost them the game. That almost lost you the game because Reyna shot the guy. That was close. My god, that was crazy. Yeah, in that situation, if there's no good smokes to place, make sure you don't place any. It's really important that if there's no good smokes you can see, don't place any. Not only because it's a cooldown, interesting like. No, not only because it's a cooldown and a good situation might arise in the future, in like the near future, but also as well, you don't want to be placing any smokes that benefit the enemy team more by accident. Because that can happen, definitely, 100%. So be careful with the smokes. It might feel like you can do, like you might feel the need to try and do something to influence the round, but just, yeah, you might accidentally influence it the wrong way. So be careful. It seems like your teammates just do a fine job. The smoke is good, I think. Let me go back. I wasn't really paying attention properly. Yeah, smoke is good. Like a anti-trade smoke or, yeah, smoke's fine. Smoke is fine. It's not as impactful as it could have been. At the start of the round potentially, or like a default smoke may have been, but yeah, it's fine. Once again, just think about some default smokes you can do only on defense. It's not always applicable to Haven though, because Haven there's a lot of rotations and choke points to smoke off, that kind of stuff. So it might be less applicable on this map, to be honest, on defense. Haven, so it might be less applicable on defense because there's just so much to smoke. And a lot of fakes going on and that kind of stuff, so it's definitely less applicable. But yeah, something to think about though, especially on other maps, more so than Haven, and not so much on Lotus either. Those two maps, a lot of rotations happen, and there's 3 sites, so there's just more smokes in general. And defense, you have it a bit more hard done, I think, for defaulting. It definitely has to have more purpose, especially on attack. I think on attack and defense really on this map, you need to have more purpose with where you default the smokes. But yeah. Works out. This is very risky, but I understand that you probably want to try and take a risk to try and like do something different. That might be winning the. I mean, to be fair though, you've been winning rounds in a row quite a bit, so you probably just try and keep it consistent. But yeah, like this is kind of risky. Keep going, I think. Like you could just stay here, control mid in a 5v2. We can number 1 to 10 now on the sec. Maybe after the VOD. I probably will after the VOD. Yeah, that's a bit risky overall because it's a 5v2. Especially the second kill. This kill is way more risky because you're just giving this guy a potential way back into the round, right? And you might not think like 1v1, 5v1. The thing is that as soon as you die, you leave it to your teammate's hands. And you don't want to do that. You want to make sure it's in your hands as much as possible. Whether you win. Okay, so now it's overtime soon. Probably. I assume. Judging by the length of the video. The enemy team are in absolute shambles, I think. Definitely should be looking at buying a shorty. We don't have a shorty, right? Make sure you buy a shorty, especially on controllers, Jet and Raze as well. Probably the agents that I can't think of off the top of my head benefit a lot from the shorty. So I would just make sure you have a shorty. Mainly because as well, especially controllers, because they have access to their own smokes. So you could just get to smoke and then use the shorty. Yoru as well, yeah, Yoru. Yoru's also a good one. In fact, he's probably one of the more quintessential ones, I would say. Which is funny I didn't mention him. But I guess he's also one of the more complicated ones, so agents-wise, so. Oh, that's crazy from the Jet. But I do kind of like the play. It's a bit, once again, a bit too aggressive for the numbers. It's 4v4 at this point, so when you actually decide to do it, it's probably fine. That kill just went through. I think at this point, you should probably just stay here and wait for, like, play with the Reyna. And funnily enough, that's kind of what happened. You kind of did play with the Reyna here because the Reyna could have had your back going up mid. But yeah, hunting down this kill is scary. Yeah, it's scary. Now it's a 2v1. Oh my god. That is scary. Like, that is scary. Hunting down this kill on a 3v1. This is scary. Yeah. And the spray is crazy as well. Spray into the wall. Because you're in the active angle. Yeah, it's just crazy. But yeah, just be very mindful of numbers advantage. When you have numbers advantage, you don't have to make a play. Because you have the advantage. It's not always strictly 100% true. But it's true like 95% of the time, if not more. So yeah. Most of the time, it's really important to play into your numbers advantage. Or play with your numbers advantage, not into it. But I guess it's kind of the same thing. But you just don't make plays when you're higher over numbers, basically. Or like crazy plays. Like trying to find 1v1s, that kind of stuff. Risky plays. Yeah, once again, you kind of did what you did. Like, you knew that he was going to do that. Because he didn't have anyone detected. So on the second scan, you went through and killed him. That's really good. Really good adaptation to how he was playing. You could have done that earlier, to be honest. Earlier in the game. But it's good that as well, like, you got it done there as well. In overtime as well. If anything, the servers completely trolled that by doing that, but whatever. The dono link ain't working. I don't accept donos anymore. I don't know why. Do I still have donos up? 1 second. This one. Let's have the dono bio thing up. I might have to get rid of it. Hang on. Might have to unlink it or like take it away. Oh, donate, yeah. I guess to be honest, it's still there. It's still there because oh, my Chroma's crashed. Oh, my Chroma's really crashed. Oh, it's fine. Yeah, it's still there because it keeps all the bio stuff nice. I actually haven't done anything with my bio recently. Those graphics are like, I don't even know how many years old. 3 years old? Wait, no, it was COVID. It was 5 years old almost. Pretty sure it was like just after COVID I made those. I say after COVID as if it doesn't still exist, but yeah, it was like after lockdown. It was like 2021. I made them, so it was like 4 years actually. Probably 3.5, realistically. I should actually make some. I might make some just for fun, and to be fair, I can put them on my portfolio. That'd be nice. Fine kill. Fine kill. Sorry, I watched that kill like 4 times because I was thinking about other things. Sorry. Oh well. Thinking about making cool graphics for my Twitch.
Nice fucking pick.
Is it just me, or are the Tayo mollies are bigger on the map for his teammates than they're actually that? They're not actually that big, are they? They're bigger on the map for his teammates. The red circles are bigger than the actual radius. Interesting. Or it's just a small bug, doesn't actually matter. Yeah, this is once again what I'm talking about, right? We're kind of creating a risk. Is that music on his VOD or not? Yeah, that's music on his VOD, yeah. I've already mentioned the music. That I think, you know, realistically you probably shouldn't have it on, but if you want it on, I can't stop you. But for the most part, I wouldn't have it on. Yeah, this is once again we're creating more risk than we need to here by walking out in a 5v4. In some ways though, it's not too bad. It's okay. We're kind of getting some map control, but it's risky where we're doing it, I think. I think it'd be I think it's less risky if Reyna wanted to do it up short or something and take a main. I think that'd be less risky. The reason why that's less risky is that it becomes a 4v4 and there's more of a fallback on A site in the way that we have Cypher here, where if you die in B, they just go straight into B. Is the reason why I think it's less risky for Reyna. You can see Reyna's actually done it. Because she also was checking out like all these angles going up short anyway. So she had arguably a bit more info to go off of like moving and advancing up. Also as well, something else to point out, which is quite important, is that you are playing Clove, right? Actually, to be fair, this angle's fine, but I would probably be more looking for some help on C. Looking to help my teammates more on C, I think. I don't know 100% if I would, but I can still smoke from here technically. So yeah, Cypher should have left by now. Cypher should have really left at this point. Where as soon as Reyna starts to move up, that's when Cypher's off. You're a bit aggressive again, I think, but this is maybe a bit more doable because we know we have Reyna here. We know that someone's died on C, like our Jets died on C. So this is maybe a bit more doable. They're most likely just going to run into a lurk here, if anything. So we're less likely that we're going to be fighting like multiple people, so less likely to get traded if we do get a kill. Okay, that's wild. Why is Jet running away? This is where you definitely get out. Right here. As soon as you get this kill, you should just send it away. Like grab your heal, which is also a movement speed stim. Just send it around the corner over here. Just send it around this corner, and try and leave towards B. That's probably what I would do. Or I'd try and like get into another like weird corner. Oh, you probably wouldn't have got out anyway. Oh, yeah, that's the thing that happens, right? You got like an advantage, but then you gave it away again because you're in like a weird position. Like this was like, think about it, you essentially made a trade. You essentially got traded just like decent amount after the fact, right? Because of like a domino effect of where you were positioned to get the kill. But if you actually thinking about it, the way that guy swung, he only just got there, I think. Yeah, he only just got there, so maybe you could have actually just like sent it away after getting the kill with your stim. Maybe not B though. You probably have to go garage, maybe. But that's retrospect. I have no clue if that's the case. He actually traded you. That's good. It ended up being a trade, which is kind of lucky, I would say. But okay, wait, the tail's kind of smurfing it. Okay, he's smurfing it a bit less all of a sudden. That's okay. Yeah, you just hold on to smokes here. Oh. Oh, you got the kill. Nice, okay. Yeah, so I think, yeah, just hold on to smokes, that's fine. I think overall, I think the majority of the stuff is to do with not panicking when you're aiming, honestly. I think a lot of it is you're really rushing yourself through fights a lot of the time. So rush fights. I should have really kept a notepad. I usually do, but I don't know why I didn't this time. But yeah, it was rushing through fights. And one of the things as well was a lot of the time, if I can get, I mean, we have it in the last round, I guess. But I wanted to find one that was a bit more illustrative. Okay. But yeah, like right here, right? We tend to like to create a lot of risk in situations where we don't. 4v5 and we're just pushing up, like we're walking out mid. Like this is realistically shouldn't happen, right? Like there's like one person that's arguable where it's fine, like the Reyna. That meant to circle Reyna there. Is arguable that Reyna could look for that. It might still be a bit more risky than she should. Like it might be more risky than it's worth anyway. Still, but if you do have sufficient info on C, like how many people are there, who's there? Because honestly, if you identify Cypher is towards C, it's unlikely that any of these other agents will be lurking potentially. Like not exactly unlikely, but it's you know, it's more likely that this guy lurks, so therefore, I guess technically it is less likely the ones are lurking. But yeah, if you get info, good enough info on C, then it makes more sense for you to like push up and find space and like choke them out, basically pox them up into a corner. But we don't have the info, as far as I know, at least. I don't think we have the info. So yeah, I think the main two things are panicked aiming, or like panicking while aiming. So we need to slow things down when aiming. So we break them up into like making sure we aim and move at the same time. Aim and move. And then stop to shoot. And then the other thing is as well, I would recommend watching my video on panicking while aiming. See if I can find it. Hang on. Wonder if it actually comes up if I do this. There's no way it does though, no? Oh, it does. Is the first one big? I'll link it in the YouTube chat. I'm not sure if it actually will come up. I'll link it in the YouTube chat. If it comes up on the VOD, that'd be nice to actually, because then I can do that in the future. But yeah, the panic VOD, the panic video, that's a good video to watch. It will help you kind of like, that's one way of looking at it though. So I don't go over everything. I'll just go over like a couple ways, touch on a couple ways, and mainly focus on one way. That panic is like ways that you can get rid of the panic, or why you might be panicking in fights and that kind of stuff. But yeah, that's probably one of the main things I think. Especially for now while we're below gold, especially because I think below gold, maybe a tiny bit in gold as well, like gold 1, 2, maybe not so much as 3. I think those are the times where mechanics mean the most. Where if you can just kill the person in front of you and not die instantly, then for the most part, like you're going to be climbing in those ranks. So I think if we focus on the mechanics, it's going to be really good to do. The other thing was we're not assessing the risk basically. So like if we have numbers advantage, have numbers, don't push or take. I'm not gonna say don't push. I'm gonna say don't take unnecessary. That's not spelled unnecessary. That's not even close. Unnecessary risks. You know what? It's fine. I'm pretty sure that's definitely wrong. Definitely the wrong way to spell unnecessary. But there you go. Where's my notes? There you go. That's definitely the worst. That's definitely not how you spell unnecessary. Don't worry, I know that. I forgot. If we have numbers, don't take unnecessary risks. That's basically what it says. If we have numbers advantage, if you have an advantage in some way, health advantages on your team, don't take stupid unnecessary risks. If you have a gun advantage, don't take unnecessary risk against low guns, like that kind of stuff, right? And the other thing as well, I just want to quickly touch on as well. It mainly happened a lot towards the start of the VOD. Where we were peeking the long angle. To be honest, it didn't happen as much. It didn't happen as like it wasn't this. This one's not as bad, but it is kind of meh. Our crosshair placement is just not very good here. So crosshair placement is something that we need to work on as well. And the thing is that a lot of people will just say, well, crosshair placement XYZ by doing this, and it's like go like trace the map and things, which is possible. You can go play DMs and just kind of get a feel for all the angles. But for me, I think one of the biggest parts of crosshair placement is you have to know or visualize where the areas of danger are on the map. So understand where enemies can be is the biggest fix to this, in my opinion, because you'll be more likely to identify when you're going to take a fight, and when you identify you're going to take a fight, you can start deploying like, I should aim at head height here. That's like the main thing we're gonna look at. So use like understanding where enemies are to trigger the thought process of I should put my crosshair at head height, and hopefully over time that should be a way to get it into your brain permanently, hopefully. But yeah, so that's it for the VOD, I think. If you have any questions, you can just DM me, and that's fine. But yeah, If you want to see that YouTube video, I'll linked as well in the YouTube chat. And if it's not there, then just message me and I'll send it to you. Or it's literally on my YouTube anyway, so you can find it probably. It's just something to do with panicking on my channel. That's fine. I'm not gonna save that. That's fine. Okay, so that's it for the stream on YouTube. But I'm gonna play a couple solo queue games on Twitch. So yeah, I'm gonna end my YouTube stream. Bang. Yeah. Okay.